All right, guys, thanks for jumping on board another episode of HowToSellYourCoaching.com. And tonight we're going to talk about the 5 reasons. Now, it's actually more than 5, but we're really going to go into the 5 reasons people do not buy from you. The 5 reasons people do not buy from you. And I want you to grab a hold of this. I'm gonna literally be writing notes here. I turned off my video. I just want you to pay attention, not to me, but to the notes and to what we're going to teach you here this evening. And if you do, you're going to get a lot of breakthrough. I'm telling you, there's a lot of breakthrough here. These tips, these tricks are going to help you in whatever you are doing. Now, a couple of things real quick. If this is your first time with us and you want to know more about what we do, how we do it, how we help people sell more of whatever they're selling, coaching, consultant, digital marketing, real estate, whatever it is, jump over to howtosellyourcoaching.com. And when you jump over there, you're going to grab a hold of our webinar. You'll have a book that you can download. There's so many things that you can do. So we just want you to grab a hold of that, okay? And for tonight's class, I want you to do, again, grab pen and paper, take notes. In the area of sales, there's a lot of miscommunication. There's a lot of people that they teach closing techniques, or maybe they teach overcoming objections, or they teach high-ticket closing or high-ticket sales. Then maybe, and they forget that it's a full spectrum. No matter how great your close is, no matter how great your powerful program is, doesn't matter. Hear me on this. It doesn't matter if you do not have every area of the sales process in. Every step of the process in place. This makes sense, okay? So you've got to be able to build rapport. You got to build trust. You got to find a need, expose a need, solve a problem, bring a desire, whatever it is. And we're going to talk about this. So without going through a whole how to sell, I want to let you know, if you're failing in any area, if you're not getting the money that you deserve, helping the people you deserve, then it's going to go back to this, okay? So I'm going to go back to some of these things tonight. Now, I may jump into some rebuttals. I may jump into some overcoming objections. That's not the point of this. So I want you to grab a hold of that as well. But we may cover some of that. Number one, if you're taking notes, grab a hold of this. Number one reason, if people are not buying what you are selling, is number one, first and foremost, is the value. The value is not clear. Let me say that again. The value is not clear. It's not that you don't have value, but they're not seeing the value. Okay, we're going to go a little bit deeper on this before we go into part two. And how do you know when your value is not clear? Obviously, you see the value of what you're selling. I hope you do. If you're a coach, a consultant, again, whatever you're selling someone, you see the value. You know the benefit they're going to receive. Yes? But if they do not see it, how do you know if this is the objection? You normally get something along the lines of this. Hey, thank you so much, but we've already tried blank. We've already tried to use digital marketing. We've already tried a success coach. We already tried selling our home using a real estate agent. Whatever it is, we already tried blank. You know, and so it's a very nice no from them. It's, hey, thank you so much, but we've already tried this, and no thank you. Is this kind of what you're getting? This is real important because they're going to come to you with this. I need you to know, if you're here and we've already tried this, we've already went down this road, whatever it is, they did not see the value in your offer. Does this make sense? Here's another one. We have a vendor, or we have a guy, we have a gal that handles that. We have a vendor for this. We have a guy for that. We have a girl for that. We have somebody that handles our Facebook ads. We have somebody that handles our marketing. We already have a coach. We already have this, okay? We already have someone for that. Sometimes they may know someone. Sometimes maybe they do have someone. So I'm working with an entrepreneur, and he's trying to get into these businesses to sell his cleaning service. And he said, listen, the problem is they already have cleaning services. They're already in contracts with them. It's hard to come in there. So they already have a guy for that. They already have a company for that. They don't see your value over the value of who they have. Does that make sense? If I can have a McDonald's cheeseburger, forgive me for my vegan friends here, but I can have vegetarian. If I can have a McDonald's cheeseburger, okay, I've already got a guy to give me a cheeseburger. His name's Ronald McDonald. But if I can have a true cheeseburger, you know, half pound of meat and bacon, and wow, guess what? I see more value in that than I do the McDonald's. Make sense? But if they don't see the value, they don't come back with, we have a guy for that. okay? Or they'll simply say, can you give us more information? Can you send us over an email? And if you get this a lot, can you send me an email with your information? Can you send me over a proposal? Listen, I love what you're saying, but I really want a little more information. If that's what you're getting, then you're absolutely missing it. You're not bringing enough value. They must see more value. So there's lack of clarity on what you offer or what problem you solve. I need to write this down. I want you to grab a hold of this. It's a lack of clarity. And we'll talk about clarity in a minute. We'll talk about clarity in what you offer. Okay, what do you bring? They need to be very clear. Or, and I think this is the big one, the problem you solve. If they do not know that you solve a problem different, that you have a better way of bringing value, then you're no different than the next person. Are you with me? Okay, in the chat box, just tell me what kind of business you're in, what you're doing, and we're going to help you out with this, okay? Now, I'm going to borrow some of this from Jordan Belfort, okay? Those who've ever studied any of his straight line persuasion, he says, and listen, I was teaching clarity before I even heard the name Jordan Belfort or Wolf of Wall Street, but it just proves the point that you've got to have clarity. You've got to have clarity. You've got to have clarity in three things. Number one, you. They need to know that they can trust you. You're the face. You're the person, right? They need to know that they can trust the company. And they need to know that the product or service is going to deliver. Now, what Jordan says is go from a 1 to 10 scale. Where are they at on this? On a 1 to 10 scale of absolute clarity. Do they trust you? They want to work with you. Maybe they like you. Okay, maybe you're an 8. Maybe the company, you did a great job showing the company, or you work with a reputable company, and then you're an 8 or 9. But what if you're a no-name? What I mean by that, what if you're a brand new digital marketing company? What if you're a realtor they've never heard of? What if you're a life coach they've never heard of? They like you, but they've never heard of you. They're not sold on you as, not you, but you as a company, you as an offering. Maybe you're only a 3 here. But your product is really strong. They're sold based on your case studies and everything. So you're a 7. So what you are is you're an 18 out of a possible 30. You grab a hold of this. So you have to make sure you're a 10 in every single area, and you will close them. You will get their order. How do you make sure you're a 10 in all of these areas? Couple things I'm going to share with you. And one thing that you can really do, which is absolutely powerful, is you can come in with storytelling. Stories sell. The reason I'm going to tell you that, we're going to go into this later, but stories can give you a 10 on each of these areas. Okay, now just by a story, but let's talk about how to bring value. And okay, so I'm looking in the chat box. Okay, we got somebody here, and you sell marketing systems. Okay, marketing IT systems. Okay, digital marketing. You sell digital marketing. Okay, digital marketing, great. Okay, sell digital marketing, major firm, etc. Okay, great. Okay, what is your biggest objection that you're getting right now? We have a guy for that. Great. Most great companies do. So you want to go ahead and you want to acknowledge, okay, great. And you want to acknowledge that. Yes, I'm glad you do. I'd be surprised if you didn't. Great companies do. Smart individuals do. Is this making sense? You want to acknowledge that, okay? Then you've got to come in and show how you're different than the other people. And what I like to do, and I actually picked this up from, and in fact, a lot of this model we're going to talk about here actually comes from Ben Atkins. Ben Atkins is a digital marketer, but I have been teaching, and we're going to show you some here that, again, is Jordan Belfort. But a lot of this I've been teaching in the Wealthy Coach to work with coaches individually. So whatever you're selling. So what you want to do is have a one page that you can email over, a one page that you can hand them face to face, a one page that they're not having to go through and look at the website and try to figure out who you are, what your offering is. They're not going to look through 30 pages. They're busy. Listen, busy people they want concise information, but a one page document, a one page sheet showing who you are, number one. Now, I want you to look, you've got to grab a hold of this. This is extremely important. The one-page document needs to talk about you, okay? It needs to talk about the company. and it needs to talk about the product. That's what this one-page document does. And it must be clean and crisp, and it must be immaculate. It's got to look it's got to say in one page, this is who we are, this is what about our company, this is how we can help you. It's got to be very benefit-driven and emotionally written. We'll get into that later, okay? So if you're hearing, I've already tried it, Wayne, we have a guy for that. Can you send us a proposal? Then you want to go back with this. You want to go back and show them the value. One of the greatest ways to show them the value is a one-page document, okay? Now, so one-page document. Number 2, and this is even more important, a 1 to 3 minute. You do not want this to be 5, 6, 10, 20 minutes. A 1 to 3 minute video, okay, of why you are different. Not just a video of why you're good or a video of why you're the same as everybody else. No, why are you different? This is what you get with us. So, hey, we already got a guy for that. So, Tom, you've been in here, they already have a guy for that. Okay, great. All great companies do. Okay, great. Most of you great companies do have someone that does that. I want to share something with you. It'll share with them the one-page document. I'm also going you to look at this quick video. I'm going to send you over a quick video that's going to share with you what distinguishes us from the other companies. Okay? Now, this I learned from actually Ben, and I love this. It's very powerful. And I want to teach on this. But for time's sake, I'm going to be brief on this. You want to get their email address. And here's what I would shoot for. I would get the email address of the business owner. Okay. And if he gave me his personal, I'd say, do you have a business email? And if he gave me his business email, I'd say, awesome. Do you have a personal also? I know sometimes emails can get lost. Just go ahead and ask. Okay. And then I'm going to take the email address and I'm going to set up a custom campaign in Facebook. Understand? Now, custom campaigns require you have 30 email addresses, okay? If you're one of our coaching students, I'll show you how to get around that. I don't have time tonight, but it's simple, easy how to get around that. But then, or maybe you have 30 people that told you, hey, I'm too busy, I don't have time for this, I've already got a guy, We're going to take this 30, we're going to create a custom campaign, and we're going to do a case study video. Case study video of someone you have helped, someone your organization's helped, somebody. Okay, so you're a real estate agent. You're going to do a custom campaign, and you're going to say, hey, Susan sold my house in just 7 days and got us 99% of the asking price. It was a seamless. That case study is going to be on their Facebook feed. Do you understand this? How powerful that is? So they've talked with you, but they're not clear of the value. You're going to give them this. You're going to give them this. And this is kind of this last part here. This custom Facebook campaign is kind of covert. You don't tell them, but it works. Are you with me? Are you with me on this, guys? Okay, this is powerful. This is powerful if you'll do this the right way. So, any questions on this? Any questions on this? Great. Does this work for any industry? Any industry, period. I've sold insurance. I've sold automobiles. I've sold legal services. I've sold annuities. I've sold real estate. I've sold coaching. Listen, it doesn't matter. They have to see value or they won't spend money. So we're teaching them how to see value. You're helping them see value. Okay. So literally, really quick before we jump on to the next one, I want to make sure you write this down. Okay. All right. Cool. Are we good? All right. The number one reason is there's a lack of value. Number 2 is they simply don't trust you. And I want you to write this down. Yet. They don't trust you yet. That doesn't mean they are negative against you. A lot of times they may not be negative against you, but they just don't trust you yet, okay? They don't trust you enough to do business with you. Now, how do we know this? Something in their gut. We're going to go back up to Jordan's here. You got to have 3 10s on you, the company, the product. But let's talk about you. Maybe they like everything. Your product looks good. Your coaching sounds good. They just don't trust you. Something in their gut isn't saying, let's do this. But they're never going to tell you, hey, I just don't trust you. So what are they going to do? They're going to ask for hey, you got a business card? Let me get in touch with you. Let me, you got a business card? Hey, can you send me over your website? Let me do some more, research. Here's one. They're going to ask for referrals. Now, if I get somebody to say, hey, I'd love to see some referrals of people that you helped, I love this. Because number one, it does show more of they're more serious than most people. Okay. It shows they're on that way. Okay. They're heading that way. I love this. Or it's a smokescreen. If it's a smokescreen, that's okay. I'm going to show you how to build trust. But if it's true, then I'm going to say, hey, call this person, call this person, call this person. And most of the time, if it's not just a smokescreen and they call them, you're going to sign them up. Okay. And so how do we do this though? Oh, let me get back and ask for referrals. Now you've lost them. We don't want to lose anybody. Okay. We don't want that time to come in where somebody else can come in and bring their product or service. So how do we do this? And now we're going to talk about a couple ways. Number one is you want to provide proof up front. Proof is the number one thing that people are looking for today. You want to provide it up front, okay, with a case study. If I'm telling someone about coaching, listen, just a few months ago was my best month yet. I sold $282,500 in coaching in a 30-day period. Real numbers, real money. I can show the real proof. Make sense? Okay. So you want to see a case study. So Tom, you're coming in, you're selling this product. You want to show where you've helped other people. Who else? What other? Hypnotherapy. You help people stop smoking and overcome eating disorders. Great. Here's what you want to do. You want to provide proof. Especially when it comes down like hypnosis or something that's can be a little taboo. Show proof. You want to have case studies. That case study isn't just, listen to me, it's not just a picture of somebody going, hey, I quit smoking in 3 days. No, this is how I was. This is how long I've been smoking. This is how I discovered, Joe. And then from Joe, we went through this session and here's how it worked. And it's been 6 months and I'm still not smoking. Okay. Provide proof with case studies. And you don't want to wait. Here's the key. Don't wait until they ask for referrals. You want to provide this up front in your presentation, in your indoctrination, in your education. Okay. Next thing you want to do is provide social proof. Social proof. That means that number one, that means omnipresence as much as possible. We'll talk about this more in the coaching program. You want to be where they're at. If they're on Facebook, you want to be there. YouTube, you want to be there. You want to be where they're at, but you don't want to be going, hey, look at me, look at me, look at me. You want to let them see other people are praising you. You want them to go to your Facebook, your wall, and see other reviews and testimonials. Think of it as going to Amazon, and what do you look for? You're looking for the reviews. That's what we're going to do. And the last way that you build trust is consistency. Okay. I'm trying to remember the name of the book. It was a great book talking about how people, and it might have been Chris Voss, I'm not sure, how they built trust with someone as a spy or as they were undercover. I don't think it was Chris Voss. But anyway, how did they build trust? And they did it with actual FaceTime. So that means not Apple FaceTime, but how much they saw them face to face. And in the proximity. So let's just put that. It means if they are at this restaurant, I'm at the restaurant. They're at that coffee bar, I'm at the coffee bar. Wherever we're at, we keep seeing each other, okay? And then it was frequency. So I see you one time at Starbucks, great. I see you 5 times at Starbucks, maybe not every time the same, but over a period of time, then that's what building unconscious trust. So you want to provide proof, you want to have social proof, and you want to have consistency. This is very powerful. If they don't trust you, or they don't trust you yet, then this is how to get them to begin to trust you. Okay. All right. So far, we've covered that your value is not clear and exactly how to do it, what they're asking, what questions they're looking for, and what you need to do, the one-page document. Listen, guys, if you'll just stop this video and do what I'm telling you, do a one-page document, create a 1 to 3 minute video, and then create a custom campaign in Facebook. And here's the beautiful part. If you don't know how to do any of this, we do. Get with me, okay? Jump over to howtosellyourcoaching.com, and I'll help you with this, okay? Now, next, I want you to grab a hold of this. If they don't trust you yet, they're asking for a business card, your website, asking for referrals. So make sure you're providing proof, which again can be the one-page document to a point. The social proof can be consistent. How are you staying in front of them? Are you doing a one-time phone call and then emails? Or are you doing phone call, email, Facebook, custom campaigns, local face-to-face events where you see these people? Again, we'll get into more of that in the psychology of how to build unconscious trust. But if you're going to sell your coaching, you're going to sell your real estate, you're going to sell your marketing, you're going to sell you, this is extremely important. Okay, let's jump over, if we can, to number 3 real quick. All right, and we're going to go just a few more minutes. I'm trying to get all 5 tonight. If not, then we'll pick it up next time. Okay, number 3 is there's not enough ask. That's the only word I know, but there's not enough ask. What it means by that is they've seen you, they thought about you, but then when they were ready to do business, you were not there. There was not enough opportunity to do business with you. Okay? This truly happens. This truly happens. So it's the real estate agent that pulls up to the neighbor's home, or goes to put in their own neighborhood, and there's the neighbor with a different real estate company sign in the front yard. They listed their home with another company. Or your friend that says, hey, we just bought life insurance. And you're like, wait a minute, don't you know I sell life insurance? What happened? Because you were not there in enough of asking. So it could be timing. I'm going to write this down. We're going to talk about that. It could be timing, or it could be you simply failed to present yourself enough times, should I say, enough times. We're going to talk about this. This happens more than anything in business. Real estate agents that their friends buy from somebody else. Insurance agents, their friends buy from somebody else. You're a coach. You have answers and solutions. You're a consultant, and somebody goes to someone else. You're in a network marketing organization. They say, no, your best friends in another organization, or your family members in another company, or the company you're in, but they're not in your organization because you did not ask the right time. Learning how to ask for the business. So I'm going to give you some key tips, some key takeaways. If you will do this, guys, this is going to be big for your business. Number one, you need to keep politely, I want you to see this, politely showing up. Unless they say, listen, we're absolutely not interested in what you're doing. We don't do anything with you. You want to show up. You want to show up. What I mean by that, you want to show up in their Facebook feed, like we talked about, through a custom campaign. Okay, so they're gonna just be scrolling Facebook, and all of a sudden there you are, and you are bringing, back to point 1, you're bringing value. It's not a sales pitch. Okay, this makes sense. You're bringing value. You're teaching. You're educating. You're recommending other related items. You're bringing value. So there, you're politely showing up, so you stay front of mind with them. Make sense? But then you're also showing up. So that's number 1. It's real important. But number 2, you're asking for the order. Ask for their business. And one of the easiest ways of doing it is saying, listen, how can I serve you? How can I serve you? It's a simple question that truly demands them to go, wow, how can I be served? Do I need some help here? Okay? Now, maybe they're not buying your coaching. Thank you so much for the coaching session. Thank you for the strategy session. Thank you so much for previewing our home. Thank you so much for letting us test drive this car, but we're not ready yet. But you notice that they haven't sold their home. You see that they're still driving the same car. You're selling digital marketing. You see they're still doing things improperly. Then they still have a need. If there's still a need, okay, then there's still room for you. It means you've got to be the one that comes in there and asks the questions. How can I help you? Give them the opportunity to work with you. And what I normally do is say, hey, we haven't talked in the last 60 days. We haven't talked in the last 30 days. We haven't talked in the last 90 days. And I just wanted to reconnect, okay, and see, how can I serve you? How can I help you? What can I do to help you? And so a couple things here. Number 1, you've built up more trust because they keep seeing you. They built up trust in you. They keep seeing how you're helping. So you've built up trust in your company, your product, your offer. And right here, a lot of times, it's just timing. It's just timing. Worked with a car in a car dealership. One vendor kept coming in, and I don't know how often, 3 to 6 months, come in. Hey, I'd love to come in and offer our products. And the service manager was always the same thing. He's like, hey, we're great. We're with BAM, the biggest competitor there is. Okay, I thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can I buy you lunch? Can we go over? No, we're good. We thank you. Okay, great. I appreciate it. Do you mind if I keep in touch? Do you mind if I keep in touch? And it was a nice no. I mean, they said no to him, but he was nice. Yeah. No, we're not interested, but thank you. Okay, can I keep in touch? And one day, the competitor, the one that we used, the vendor we used for years, tens of thousands, maybe $100,000 or more that we spent with this person recently, and then they messed up. They made a bad mistake. They lost integrity by not standing behind their product. And it just so happened that this person that's been so consistent came in and they said, perfect timing, let's talk. Okay. And now they have, and probably still have, the business and lots and lots of business because they were there at the right time and they presented an offer often enough. So, number one, your value is not clear. Number two, they don't trust you yet. You got to get clarity. Number three, not enough business to do opportunities with you. Now, let's talk about number four. And the number four, you're going to know this one. No money. Hey, I love your car. I love your vacation package. I love what you can do with consulting. I love what I'm hearing about you in the coaching realm, Wayne. There's no money. There's no money. Okay. Now, there's a couple things. Just as we said here, they don't trust you. They don't trust you yet. Okay. I want you to grab a hold of that yet. There's no money. When I hear there's no money, here's what I always add to the end of it: at the moment. Make sense? There's no money at the moment. Now, two things on money is either an excuse. Okay. If it's an excuse, then you go through objection. You get the objection of it's an objection. If it's an excuse, it's an objection. You go through the objection handlers, and you go back. What we literally loop back into the presentation, and we bring clarity on you, the company, and on the product, and we close. Okay. But let's talk about when it's not an excuse, but it's real. Because I'm going to say this, when I've done coaching packages where the person was literally, I'm doing these sessions and they're literally crying over the phone. I know I need this, but I don't have $10,000. I don't have I don't have $20,000. These are bigger packages, but it's what they needed. Understand that. They did not have it at the moment. So how do you handle that situation? What do you do like that? Number one, we go back, make sure it's not an excuse. We help them become resourceful. So I want you to write that down, resourceful. If you don't have the money at the moment, how can we get the money? Can we take out a loan? Is there a family member that you can borrow the money from? If there's somebody that believes in you that wants to invest in you. Trying to buy a car, do you have a co-signer? Trying to buy a home, do you have a co-signer? Do you have somebody that can help you in this? I was working with a gentleman once, purchase of land, no money. Oh, wait a minute, I have an inheritance, but the inheritance isn't matured yet. It's still like another year before the money is in a trust. Oh, wow, you automatically can't do it. No, be resourceful. If you could get the money from the trust for this investment, how would you? So they went to the trustee again. They went to the person that was over the trust. They had to present their case, and they gave them the money prematurely to make the purchase. Win-win. You have to be resourceful. Now, maybe that's not you. Maybe that's not a possibility. You're resourceful, but there's still simply no money at the moment. Here's what you want to do. You want to keep showing up, not as much with a sales pitch, okay? You want to keep showing up with value. And I know some of you are going, you know what, I'm not going to waste my time. There's plenty of people out there that need money. Okay, that's great. But if you want to sell at a high level, understand when you're doing 5, 10, 20, 50, $100,000 consultant fees, a lot of the people don't have the money. Here's what, either they don't have the money because they've allocated it. Sometimes they've allocated it elsewhere. I've worked with a lot of people who say, Wayne, I want to work with you, but I've already allocated my money to this vendor. I'm in a 6-month contract. Okay, we get resourceful. Can we get out of the contract? No, cannot get out of the contract. Great. Can we move other money from other resources? No, simply can't do it. Great. For the next 6 months, what do you think I'm going to do? I'm going to keep showing up with massive value, okay, until the money is ready. Maybe their business is just going through a slump. You know, businesses go up and down. So I'm going to work with them. I'm going to keep showing up, keep bringing value. I may even do some consulting pro bono to get them to realize the value that we bring. Okay? Here's something else. I've had people on the phone with tears. I could hear them crying. When they really want it, I learned this from Ben Atkins, but I'm going to tell you this. I truly have seen this so much in my own coaching business. When they truly want it, but can't afford it, I'll tell you what you get. You get reciprocity. They want to do something for you. Are you with me? They want to help you. They want to help you. So what you've got to do here is you've got to let them know, I understand. Now, you've heard me say before, somebody gives me an excuse, I never say I understand. I say I hear you. If they say, I hear you. I don't have the money, Wayne. I need to talk to somebody. This, whatever. I hear you, and then I go back and bring value. But if it's truly no money, I want to show empathy. Okay? So it's, I understand. And I usually say something along the lines of, I understand every business. Now, I always put it on the business, even if it's a solopreneur. They don't want to feel ashamed they don't have the money. I understand, John, you don't have the money. No, I understand your business. I understand every business has ups and downs. You know, very, very, maybe we have a very, very lean season. Maybe we have a very, very prosperous season. So I understand that. And then you are there when they're ready to do business. And I want to say this, you have to keep showing up using technology. You know, so they need the emails, they need to see you on Facebook or YouTube or where LinkedIn. They need that, but they also need personal follow-up. And sometimes one of the best things you can do is call them. Now, I don't believe in, hey, I'm just checking in, but you do want to follow up and say, hey, I know we talked a couple of months ago, and we're waiting for the resources to get right. How can I serve you? How can I serve you at this moment? And someone, listen, I had one gentleman, a $10,000 coaching package. Let's get started tomorrow. Great. Next day, hey, there's some personal issues I'm going through. Listen, I understand. I understand. Sometimes businesses go through that. It wasn't a business. It was his own personal life, but he is his own business. I understand. Let's keep in touch. And I did exactly what I'm teaching you here. And they went from a 10K coaching program to 20K just a few months later. Because I didn't humiliate them. I didn't, and I knew that was a true situation. It wasn't an excuse. It was a true situation. That there's no money, you can still serve these people, but you've got to be willing to serve them. That makes sense. All right, guys, come on. So value's not clear. They don't trust you yet. Not enough opportunity to do business with you. No money. We're going to do one more. I'm going to do one more this evening, and then I'm going to cut it short. I've got many more we can go through. But I really want to talk about one more that you can over. There's some you simply can't overcome, and I'm going to tell you that. And I'll cover that on another video. But tonight I want to give you 5. So what we at 5? Yeah, come on. we're just about at 5. Check this out. So not enough money. Not enough money was number 4. Number 5. Number 5 that you're going to get. Number 5 reason people will not do business with you or will not buy from you is, and this is real important, they don't have the authority. No authority, or there's someone else behind the scenes. Okay. Now, I know listen to me, guys. You're all sales professionals. Is there anyone else that is going to be helping you make this decision? I know we're supposed to ask those questions, but sometimes they are the first person. They're the only person. They're going to be there. I've had calls and I've heard these sales trainers that say, well, if you can't get both decision makers on the phone, then I'm not going to share with you. Guess what? Sometimes that other decision maker is a spouse that may be a decision maker, but does not understand the intricacies of the business. Does that make sense? So they may need to run it by them or not. Sometimes I want to run it by them. It's just a smoke screen. Just recently, I had a lady say, look, this sounds great. I'm ready to jump. Yeah, this looks good. I'm like, great. Here's how it works. And I began just a sensitive close going in. And she was like, okay, wait a minute. I need to talk with my husband. I said, I hear you, but I'm confused. Because I thought we were going to get you into the modules today, get you started on the coaching today. And I went right back into I looped back into the benefit and the feature and benefit with excitement and energy. And she paused for a moment and said, let's go. Let's do it. So suddenly her husband did not have to be there to make this, and it was a 5-figure investment. It's a good investment. So she was using it as a smokescreen. Whether she was not going to talk to him, that was her smokescreen. So let's talk about no authority. No authority can happen because it's a spouse. And they just really cannot do it without talking to them. It could be a partner if it's a business. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about partners in just a minute. It could be that maybe they're the HR director and you're talking to them, but they had to go to a board before they can buy money. You could be talking to the assistant manager or maybe the manager, but they got to go to the owner. Okay. That makes sense. So they're not going to sit down and bring the owner in. So this nonsense of make sure you have every decision maker before you give your presentation sometimes doesn't work. Okay. However, if they have to have, there's no authority. They want to do business with you. They want to buy your digital marketing. They want to hire you as their fitness coach, but they cannot because somebody else has to say yes, or somebody else has to bring the money. You understand that it can be both ways. It's not always just they said yes, maybe the other person brings the money. So let's talk about how to solve that, okay? Let me give you a couple things. Number one, if I meet with it's not the spouse, but if I meet with one of these, the HR director, the manager, or whatever, I want to find out who do they need to connect with. Well, I've got to talk to the owner. Okay, great. His name is, his name is great. Okay. Then I want to contact the decision maker. Again, I'm going to give a shout out to Ben Atkins on this. I'm going to contact the decision maker with, this is very important, a personal note. And what's the personal note going to do? It's going to praise their good decision. Hey, I really enjoyed talking with Michael today about your digital marketing needs. Hey, I really enjoyed talking to Melissa today. And she shared with me some great points about your company. She's a true asset. And what I like to do here is bring up 2 character references, or 2 character points. She was very assertive. She was she was punctual. It doesn't even matter what you say here. It's just 2. You want to have 2 characters. You want to praise the one. Great job on hiring her. Okay. So what you're doing here is you want to edify that person, but you want to praise the owner, manager, whatever, for hiring that person. Very important. So thank you for allowing me to meet with Melissa. I would love to meet with you as well and go over. I left a proposal with Melissa, whatever it may be. Now you're in communication. What's going to happen to this letter? Okay, what's going to happen to this note? It's going to go back and it's going to be like, wow, look, you got an attaboy, you got a praise. And now the conversation's back on you and what you're coming in there to sell. Does this make sense? Okay. Second thing you want to do. Remember this in sales if you remember nothing else. If it's their idea, very important. If it's their idea, you can read my handwriting, then it's their decision. If it's your idea, hey, you should buy my coaching, you should buy my program, then there's resistance. There's always resistance when you're selling something. So what you want to do, and what helps here when you mail this letter, this postcard, is they start having a conversation. If you've done a good job, you've brought value, you showed case studies, then the conversation is going to be positive and it's going to go up and lower the resistance. Make sense? Okay. Another thing you want to do, if you can, is you want to get, let's go back to, let's say you met with Melissa, and you want to get Melissa's personal and impossible business email. Now, usually the business is easiest, business card or anything. Hey, by the way, I know how, and I usually go in with, listen, I know how much email we get. Is there a personal email? If I needed to shoot you a personal message, again, fill it out. If you feel comfortable asking about that. But let's say Melissa's the owner of the company, or her manager, or the one with the authority in the checkbook, so to say. Let's say her name is Julie. So I'm going to write Julie the letter, praising Melissa. But then I want to say, hey, by the way, have you got Julie's contact information and where I can get in touch with her? And I'm going to get Julie's business. Maybe harder to get her personal, but if I can, I want her personal email address as well. Now, this is really, I want you to be real careful on this. You don't want to look like a stalker or look crazy. So one way to get a personal email address is to do your homework. What do I mean by that? You can do some Facebook profiling, snooping, call it what you will. Look for other social media. You can Google their name. Sometimes you'll find their email address. Make sense? And so you can do this with both, but especially if you're trying to get up the ladder, you haven't talked to her yet, get the business. But if I can get 2 email addresses for Melissa and 2 email addresses for Julie, now, not only can I send them personal emails, I'm going to put those 4 email addresses into a Facebook custom campaign. That means they're going to see my educational content. Are you with me? If one of those email addresses is good and this one's good, that's okay. Facebook will just ignore the other ones and they'll send them to those 2. Are you with me? How powerful is this? Are you beginning to see how powerful this is? Okay. So what we talked about tonight, grab a hold of this. Value is not clear. They don't trust you yet. There is not enough opportunities on the right timing to do business with you. They have no money, not as an excuse, but as a reality. It's just no money in the budget at this moment. It's been allocated elsewhere. Or finally, there is no authority to buy from you. Listen to me, guys. There's more. There's personal promises to work with other people. There's just flat out denial. They've been indoctrinated to other companies. There's a lot of things we can talk about, but I want you to go through these notes. I want you to look at this and ask yourself, what do I need to do? So I'm going to give you a few key points real quick, and we're going to wrap this up real quick, okay? So no matter where you're at, no matter what you're selling, here's a few things I want to make sure that you have. You need to absolutely have a 1-page document that discusses you, okay, the company. You may think, well, people don't care about you. What's in it for me? They do care about you if they're going to trust you. They do care about the company if they're going to trust the company. And then the product, service, coaching, whatever it is, okay, in that order, okay? And you want to remember this, it always needs to bring clarity. Nothing more important than clarity in selling. So I want you to work on a 1 to 2 page document. I want you to work on a 1 to 3 minute video, okay, of why you're different. Not just another coach, not just another digital marketer, not just another fitness coach. Why you're different. 1 to 3 minute, minute video. Okay. Then I want you to create a case study. Now, this case study, if you're brand new coaching, you're going to need to find a client and help them. If you're working with a large organization, maybe you're brand new in sales. Maybe you don't have a case study, but it's something that your company or your brokerage or your team or somebody has provided. I want you to bring a case study about that. Very important. Okay. And then I want you to create a custom campaign. If you don't know how to do this, guys, get in touch with us. I'm going to give you how to get in touch with me here in just a minute. Custom campaign in Facebook. The beautiful part about a custom campaign is we're only going to put people in this campaign that have gone through your sales process and they have not purchased, okay? So it is leads that have not purchased yet. Very important, okay? Leads that have not purchased yet. Here's the beautiful part of this. This is where it's so amazing is this, yes, this cost, because this is going to be advertisement cost, but it's going to be pennies, literally pennies to reach every one of these people. And where you want a frequency where they see you every 5 to 7 days. Okay. Again, if you don't know how to do all of this, we're going to help you. Now, also, let's jump a little deeper real quick. One of the things that you've got to do, and this is going to go back to the custom audience, you have to have an automated follow-up system. So if you're not available all the time, they're going to see you. You want automated emails. Yes, people still check emails. You wanted automated text messaging. I want to say something about this. You need this automated so you don't forget it. Automatic Facebook posting and Facebook ads, and not just to add to blasting the people, as we said, a custom audience. Makes sense? Then you want to use something real important. You want to use a calendar, CRM, whatever, but you want to schedule true FaceTime. Now, if they're local, that means you show up where they're at. You show up at their business. You show up at civic events. You show up wherever they're at. If they are not local and they're long distance, then you want to schedule true FaceTime where you send them personalized. Hear me. This part is not automated except the reminder. Personalized videos. Company I'd recommend is called BombBomb. You can actually set up some pretty cool automation through BombBomb. Or you can use your own text through your phone. Talk about that later. Very powerful. All right, guys. So this is very important. I've covered 5 different areas here. If you're not selling enough coaching, here's how you're going to sell more coaching. Now, so what is your next step? I've given you homework. Do the homework. Also, I want every one of you to jump over to howtosellyourcoaching.com. Okay? When you go to howtosellyourcoaching.com, there's a couple of things I want you to do. I want you to watch the webinar. I want to watch the webinar. If you're a coach or consultant, maybe you're not. Maybe you're a digital marketer. Maybe you're an insurance agent. You're a chiropractor. You're just trying to learn how to sell. I want you to watch the webinar anyway. And you're going to see the power of connecting with people and coaching. And what is a coach? A coach is a servant. You help people. You'll learn how to help them. You want to learn how to serve them so they serve you with money. I want you to download the book. Okay? There's a book on that page. And you can also jump over to Life Coach Lifestyle. Download the book. Okay? This lifecoachlifestyle.com. Download the book. It's How to Make 6 Figures a Year as a Coach or Consultant. And finally, last but not least, I want to talk with you. I want to personally talk with you. And this is real important. If you're in sales, you're in marketing, you're doing the digital marketing, you're setting up a sales team, you're new in sales or you're a seasoned vet, doesn't matter. I want to get on the phone with you. You're a coach or not. You're thinking about becoming a coach. Whatever you're doing, I want to get on the phone with you. So jump over to callwithwayne.com. You go to callwithwayne.com, it's going to take you to a real simple page that you can go in. Let me show you the page real quick, okay? Is that okay? So I want you to jump in and go to callwithwayne.com. And when you go to callwithwayne.com, I want you to schedule. Okay, when you go to callwithwayne.com, I want you to schedule here. It's literally going to say book me in, and you can pick your time zone, where you're located, United States, great. You can pick your time zone. Right now, let's say Eastern. Continue. It's going to pull up my calendar. I want you to find a time that works for you. I'm going to ask you to be serious. If you're serious, I'm serious. And then we're going to jump on there, and we're going to be able to go through this consult time. Now, it says it blocks them in 1 hour intervals. If we need 10 minutes, if we need an hour, I'm here to serve you, okay? So I want you to go to callwithwayne.com. Again, that's going to be where you're going to pick that up, and we're going to be able to help you. So has it not been good, guys? Has it not been good? So post in chat. Oh, yeah. You're welcome. Thank you. Yeah, answers a lot of questions I've had about the money objection. How do we know if the money objection is real, or how do we know if it's a smokescreen? Cover that on another call. I'll give you some exact language, some exact wording to use to determine that. And I'm gonna tell you this: when you have somebody bring massive value and you sell from emotion, and you see tears in their eyes, or you hear tears over the phone, it's not. Believe me, at that point, it is real. And remember, guys, be resourceful. Be resourceful. Okay. Now, anybody, let me just say this to anybody that jumps on the call with Wayne, I'm going to give you I'm not even going to release the name here. It is our sales system. It is our sales system that people with the Wealthy Coach get. But I'm going to give, in fact, I'll say this, for the next 10 people that schedule a call with me, so you need to jump on it now, our full sales system, where we talk about how to build unconscious rapport, where people see and they begin to naturally trust you and want to do business with you without you having to virtually say anything. Some questions you're going to ask, but even body language and posturing to build unconscious trust, how to use emotions from the literally emotional selling that goes way over any kind of analytical, even the most analytical person in the world. You're going to be able to tap into their emotional drive and get them to move towards you. How to anchor those emotions, those drives, those true inner drives of their mind to say, yes, I want your product or service. And then, of course, we'll come into the 5-step sales process. And this here is, oh, wow, we've sold millions upon millions upon millions with this 5-step sales system. And so we're going to give you the 5-step sales system and how to overcome objections and so much more. So here's what I need you to do, guys. Jump over right now, callwithwayne.com. There is no obligation. If we're fit, listen, obviously, if we're fit and I have something I can offer you, I'm going to offer it to you. But if we're not a fit, or listen, you just say, hey, Wayne, I just want to jump on the call and say thank you for the class here. And it's really helped. Give me 1 or 2 objections you're facing. Give me 1 or 2 problems in your business. And let's see if we can take some time. Listen, there's no charge. If we can work together, great. If not, we'll have a great conversation. So go to callwithwayne.com. Guys, I want to say thank you for jumping on tonight. I pray this has been good for you. I've really enjoyed it myself. If you need something, let me know, and I'll look forward to speaking with you. Remember, next 10 people only. Jump on